Hey guys, good morning. I'm Angie Thierry with Angie Thierry Personal Training and Nutrition Coaching, and also I am a trainer at Fitness Evolution here in Buffalo, Minnesota. So this video is something that I've been trying to figure out the right words to share and piece all my thoughts together. But today I want to talk about body acceptance because it's really something that I know that a lot of people struggle with. So I came up with 5 of my top, comprehensive, really good, clear tips that I wanted to share with you guys today, because I know it's such a big subject and there's so many people that struggle with finding body acceptance and with having a good body image. So tip number 1 is stop the negative self-talk. And I know that that's really hard sometimes to do, but it's creating habits that are positive. So you might be someone that has a habit of having a lot of negative self-talk, but it's your job, if you want to have a positive body image and a positive outlook, to start changing that reel that runs in your head and turn it over to positive thoughts. So it might be something that you have to write down all of your negative thoughts and replace them with a positive thought. If you're a visual person, I'm a visual person, so I like to journal and write things out. So, or just every time that negative thoughts comes in, saying, I'm ugly, replace it with, I'm beautiful, I'm fat, it might be that you aren't where you want to be and replace it with that, but I'm working to get there, whatever it is. But just there's always a way that you can find a positive thought or a positive phrase to replace it. And if you can't find a positive thought in that moment, maybe it's time to seek out some help from someone, and maybe finding someone that's a really positive person in your life, or reaching out to someone that you want to, that you see that they've created success. There's nothing wrong with reaching out to someone that's successful and very positive and asking for their advice, and hopefully they'll help you. So that is my first one. Stop that negative self-talk. And another little side note on that is, if you can't, I recently listened to a sermon, if you can't end each phrase or thought with, and that's the way I like it, and be okay with it, then it's time to change it. So for instance, if you were to say in my head, I'm ugly, and if I put at the end of that, and that's the way I like it, then it's accepting of that instead of saying I'm beautiful and that's the way I like it. So hopefully that helps you a little bit. So 1, that negative self-talk. 2, I know we keep saying, stop comparing, but it's the truth. The comparison is the thief of joy. So if you can stop comparing yourself and just really truly hone in on what your gifts are and your individual beauty, you'll honestly be able to be that much better, instead of looking at what you don't have or what you can't have or what the other person has or looks like or does or whatever. Focus on you and look at how you can make yourself better one day at a time. I've talked about how my 3 questions each day are, what can I give? How can I grow? And what can I celebrate? And so those are 3 prominent questions that you can ask yourself every single day, and to help better yourself every day. So what can I give? How can I grow? And what can I celebrate? So that was number 2, stop comparing. My third one is decide what your trade-offs are going to be. And by that I mean is, if you want your body to look a certain way, like looking like a bodybuilder, then you have to be able to live that bodybuilder's lifestyle. So that's to an extreme. So looking at, if you want to be looking at what are going to be the negative and positive consequences of having yourself look a certain way or be a certain way. So, for instance, when I was prepping for my bikini competition, my social life wasn't at all prominent as it is now. When I was prepping, it's a very restrictive diet, and to go out drinking with friends and be super social just wasn't in my cards during that time. And so I chose that as a trade-off to have my body look a certain way. Now, I could have gone out and gone drinking with friends and not participate in the drinking aspect or anything, but as we all know, like it's not as much fun if you're not able to participate and your mind's on something else. So just decide what your trade-offs are going to be in order for your body to look a certain way. So that's number 3. Embrace the journey is number 4. So really look at where you're at and where you want to go, and don't stress yourself out. Your body has natural hormones that are released when you stress, and you might be holding on to weight just because of sheer stress. So, for instance, when I was going through my divorce, I struggled so hard and was stressed so much that I couldn't drop a single pound. And as soon as my divorce went through, I finally was able to drop 7 pounds like that. And it was just because of finally closing that chapter and moving forward. But it's embracing that journey and knowing that that was a closing of that chapter, but that there was good things and blessings ahead of me that I could focus on at that point. So embrace the beautiful journey that's before you. Life is going to throw you curveballs all the time. And the more that you can just embrace it and look for the beauty in any situation, the better that you're setting yourself up for. So I'm not perfect. There's times where I'm angry. There's times where I'm upset. There's times where I'm just super negative and I have to fight, my thoughts and stuff. But if I can take a step back and recognize that my soul needs that step back to be able to reset myself and get myself back in balance, then I know that I'll be that much better of a blessing to everybody else around me and be able to pour into my kids and help my clients appropriately if I'm able to really be grateful and embrace that journey. So that's my number 4. Number 5 is look at where you might find a place where you feel your best. And it might have been a past place that you were, or maybe it's a future place that you want to be. So maybe it was a certain weight. Is it a certain body fat percentage? Is it a special outfit that you want to fit into? Decide where your body feels the best. And so me personally, I feel my most beautiful when I'm honoring my body, eating healthy, drinking plenty of water, and keeping in balance with my self-care and my time with God. So those are really important to me. And my core values don't have to be your core values, but maybe sitting back and saying what really makes me feel good or what will make me feel good, and focusing on those things, because I think that so often we end up not even consciously realizing how much we hurt ourselves and sabotage ourselves by not putting ourselves at a high priority. So just recognizing that. So to review my 5 steps, 1, stop that negative self-talk. If you can't put, and that's the way I like it at the end, then it's time to change that thought. 2, stop comparing. Really realize that you are like 1 in 4 billion or 400 billion or whatever it is. I know that there's some ridiculous number, but you're one of a kind. You're an original. You're not a copy. So stop comparing and just be true to who you are. The 3rd one is decide what your trade-offs are. What are you willing to give up just to have your body look a certain way, or what are you willing to add to make it look a certain way? So decide what your trade-offs are. And 4, embrace that journey. It's a beautiful journey, and don't miss out on the present because you're stressed out about certain things. The present is a gift, so embrace that journey. And 5, my last one is figure out a place where you truly feel good about you. If it's a certain body fat, if it's a certain weight, if it's a certain size, if it's a special outfit that you want to fit into, but figure out where you can accept yourself and be happy with that. So I hope these tips helped you today, and I hope that you have a great day. Thank you for listening, and as always, if you liked my videos, please subscribe below, share them, head on over to all my social platforms. I'm on Instagram and Facebook as Angie Thiry. I also have a page, Angie Thiry Coaching and Nutrition. And I know there's lots of places to connect with me. So there's angieteary.com too as well. And I'd love to offer you that free 30-minute call to be able to help talk through your goals and see if I'm of any help to you, or just be able to help point you in the right direction so that you can lead a life that you're truly happy with and can step out of bed every day feeling just excited for life. So thanks again for listening. Have a great day.